フルカウンター
Alright boys, welcome back, and do you lot remember 7 Days since Ragnarok? This little update we had in the game where we got characters, we got a new storyline, we got a whole bunch of new content. Well, apparently we finally remembered it existed because we're now getting it after, I think, what, 8-9 months even? It's been, the last time we got it was the end of June. So we know it's Ragnarok because they literally tweeted or posted on the forums a few days ago that they were resetting the actual demonic speed battles, and he only ever done that when he had a new demonic speed battle. And of course, we knew it was coming because they announced it in the actual dev post that they're going to get back into things and do Ragnarok again. And also, the Ragnaroks always come 1 month after a festival or the 17th chapter, and the timeline is perfect. We all saw it coming, and because they are resetting the demonic battles, it does mean we are going to be getting a new one. And we knew this was coming because if you look at the posters from day one, basically, you can kind of see it here. You can see that there's 4 of them, basically. We got, obviously, Skull and Hearty down here, or up here, sorry. Then we had, obviously, the deer. I believe the bird is flying right there. He's actually been hidden there. But at the bottom, you know, the one to kind of hold the tree together. I don't know the lore behind it, but that is, I'm sure someone let me know in the comments, a massive dragon or serpent, I think is what you would call it. And this will be most likely the final demonic battle, which makes me wonder, did they always plan this? And maybe it's a good thing to take a break from Ragnarok, because Ragnarok hasn't been out for such a long time now. Returning with a new demonic battle could be a way to bring back hype towards the series in Ragnarok. However, there are their own problems, right? And that is, well, what is the new demonic battle bringing? We already have relics for humans and unknowns for the bird. We already have relics for fairies and goddesses for the deer, and we already have relics for demons and giants. What was supposed to be, right? But then they decided to mug it off and put Nanashi and also Fallen because their relics are actually good. They didn't want to give away for free, so they decided to put it on the actual Skull and Hearty, even though this should only be for demons and giants, just to milk us even more because they're greedy, right? But we should be getting Holy Relic outfits, and that is a massive problem, if I'm being honest with you lot. And that is because, well, if we look at the implementation of relics in the game, has it been a success? Kinda, but also not really. So the idea behind relics, is how I thought it was and how it should have been, was to, you know, risk a character, and then when they become unusable, you then release a relic for them to make them even more usable. And to be fair, we have seen this, right? So we saw, obviously, Demon, or I guess the normal Chandler, got a massive buff now, one of the top tier characters because of that relic. He's so good right now. And Nanishi becoming meta wasn't really that usable, but now with his new relic, he really is really good. But there's a lot of times when you just fill in space and just give really random relics for no apparent reason. It's really apparent when you look at, obviously, Gilford and Hauser and obviously Grimmore. They got the exact same relic, but rather than just being, this one's life and recovery, then this one's just crit damage and crit chance, and this is the exact same but for resistance. Like, there's no thought put into the character. They decided to release it just so you can get more CC, more GP. It wasn't a great addition. So for them to add a new system when you haven't really perfected and even given out that many relics for the old characters, I mean, if you look at like the missing spaces here, there's lots of black spaces that you haven't even given out that many relics. So you like to think they would have given the majority of the cast and majority of the roster relics before moving on to another one. And we don't actually know realistically what it's going to be. Are they going to get another passive? Because that might be a bit too much. Like, I know myself, I get confused by sometimes because sometimes the relic is so powerful. I then personally think that's the relic. A big, obviously, one for me is Christmas Lydia, or just the Mage Lydia, the evil one. She has the relic where you get more actual base stats, more debuffs, and I always think that's a relic. Genuinely, I don't even know what the blue Christmas Lydia's passive is. I just know that she gets massive buffs for her actual relic. So having 3 relics might be a bit confusing, but also what they could do is make it so you just get a massive stat buff. Now, would I like that? Not entirely too sure, because once again, the relic system, at least my ideal system, would be to buff the old characters. But if you look at the ones that got the biggest buffs in terms of like how good the actual Holy Relic are the better characters. I mean, granted, Barnes kind of fallen off now and he kind of needs it, but back when he first got his relic, he was the best character already in the game, and he got the best relic. That shouldn't be a thing. So we shouldn't be giving the best characters relics even at all here, basically. But I'm very curious what they do if they decide to give him another passive or just a massive stat buff or something new in the game that I'm not entirely too sure what they can do, but I'm definitely interested. Yeah, right now for PvP, it's kind of a rough time with with obviously Ultimate Escanor and also Power Committee being super broken, and maybe releasing a new way to power up our own characters by relics and also outfits, then that might be a way for them to compete in the meta. But once again, that's what Relic should have been, and he didn't really do that too much here, so we have to wait and see. Also, I kind of glanced over it, but the fact that we know it's a Holy Relic outfit, it does confirm you can upgrade him, which is another whole problem. I mean, at least for now, I think upgrading outfits isn't that hard, but it was quite hard at the start, so I'm gonna give them benefit of the doubt here that as time goes on, we'll be able to get these much easier. Maybe they drop only on the third quest of obviously every demonic battle, so you could, if you wanted to, just farm the bird to get a bunch of material, but we'll have to wait and see. Another thing that I just thought of, and that is when you do upgrade your relic, what are you upgrading? Are you upgrading the main stat? Because bear in mind, most of them are basic stats, so if you increase all of them, that'll be a nice little stat buff, obviously a massive CC increase. But what if you always increase the actual stat of the actual weapon? So for example, remember I hit 80%, but let's say you increase it, you max it out, and you get extra 20%, so you get 100%. Not entirely too sure how that works with every single character, because some characters don't really increase too much stats, they more like just do certain abilities, but that'd be a cool way to do it, right? There will be a live stream tomorrow that I will be reacting and going through all the content coming, and yeah, that is basically it. We do know there is a Ragnarok chapter coming, or at least it should be, right? And obviously it does mean we're going to get one new character. Honestly, I'm not entirely too sure it's going to be. There's a few characters in story mode right now that we could go through. I made a video on screen now if you want to watch it. It's me basically breaking down my top 10 favorite characters from Ragnarok. But the big one people want is obviously Freyja. I believe I pronounced the name, the girl. And recently I did notice, and I broke the news, saying that she actually did get her animations updated. And we saw the last time they did that with obviously Esterosa. He came out with this update. So it's very plausible that she could be the new character coming out. But would we want that? That's the question. Because we know when we got Scorn Hearty, we got Freyja as a character. So if we do get Freyja, once again, the names are confusing. If we do get her, would that mean she is the unit made specifically for that new raid boss? Would we want Freyja, the most requested character, probably right now in Grand Cross? Would we want her to be exclusive towards a demonic battle? I'm not too sure. But then again, if she's not good and she's a PvP unit and she's something like how we got the new Mono right now, I generally think that'll be a massive disappointment for many people. So I'm not too sure what they're going to do with her. They might make her similar to her brother, where she will be really, really good for the Monarchy battle, but also good in any content if you want to use them in. But generally speaking, he won't be that good, but you could use him if you wanted to, right? So yeah, I'm not entirely too sure what she's going to do, and if she even will be her. It could be another character, but I really hope they start making more Ragnarok characters made for PvP, or just in general, all content. But then again, Ultimate Escanor and also, you know, Parkman is so broken right now. If she comes out and she's not like top tier, because these characters on screen are just so good, then it's gonna be a little bit disappointing. So she's coming out at a really bad time if she does come out now. So they might not even do her. They might just do someone completely unexpected, but we have to wait and see. But yeah, boys, that's all for today. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think we're gonna be getting Freyja, or we're gonna get a complete new character that's already in story mode? If you do, then do let me know who you really want. I want Erd, if it's URD, it's a weird way to say her name, right? But I think I want to get her, but do I want her to be the actual demonic battle character? Maybe. Even Freyja, I think I might want to be the demonic battle character, just because that means I have to summon for her, right? Where if she comes out, she's a PP character, she's not that great, then I'm not going to summon, because I'm not wasting my diamonds, especially now that we know that Four Knights is coming to the game. We have no idea when that's coming, but I'm going to start saving for Percival and Gawain and all the other ghosts. So, boys, thank you for watching, and yeah, peace.